I think the source of my smell is coming from this thing. Well, here we are. Good morning, guys. Thank you for being here. My name's Alec. This is my 2005 GMC Sierra, and today we're going to be working in the shop. We're going to be installing some Kilmat on the inside of this cab to help kind of keep it quiet and keep it insulated. Stay tuned. So in case this is your first time tuning in, I'll give a quick 15-second intro. This is my 2005 regular cab short bed GMC Sierra. It is a four-wheel drive truck that I converted to all-wheel drive all the time using some Silverado SS parts. It has a forged piston 6-liter 4L80 and a 78mm turbo on it. Now this truck is going to be loud, it's going to be obnoxious, and in effort to delete some of the factory carpet or insulation from underneath this rubber floor, I am going to Kilmat some areas in the floor and the back of the cab. Now that is going to be what we're going to accomplish today. So my first steps today are going to be to get all the stuff out of here that is currently on the floor and throw it either in the bed or somewhere else on the shelf. And then we're going to start cleaning up the floor and we're going to install some of this stuff called Kilmat. Now this is a sound deadening material that is applied to the floor. It has a sticky surface on the back. You can buy this on Amazon. This box right here has, I believe it's 100 square feet of pads, and it is 100 mils thick. Maybe it's 50 square feet, 100 mils thick, and it was like $60 on Amazon. I also ended up getting a roller that was recommended with the purchase as well. You can see that roller right here. So it's one of the ones that was recommended. It has a bearing in it, which I thought was a good idea. And it seems to be made of good construction, and it's got a pretty hard edge similar to the steel ones that are an option. So that's what we're going to be using for this project today. We're going to start by ripping out the rubber floor that's in it. I will get this cleaned up. I do plan on reusing it because I do like the rubber floors. We're going to get that pulled out, get the insulation from underneath it pulled out. So the second reason that I ended up wanting to do this Kilmat on the inside, not only for the noise reduction, but also I bought this cab from a gentleman and it was sitting out kind of behind a barn in a field. So I think the source of my smell is coming from this thing. And so we're just about to throw that in the trash bag and get rid of that stank forever. Alrighty, so we're about an hour in. I got the rubber floor out, got the insulated floor out. It did smell pretty bad. I was pretty sure that's where the smell was coming from. It definitely was. I just spent a little bit vacuuming. And so what I decided to do, because I do not have a water hookup out here in my shop, I decided to vacuum it first with a brush and just got a bunch of the loose dirt up, and now I'm going to take some degreaser and degrease the floor and wipe it down, and then we're going to start applying the Kilmat. So my GoPro just died, which was I had my time lapse on that, but found this guy. That's pretty cool. Clearly sat in a field. Right now I just finished wiping it down with degreaser, and I just went back and I'm kind of going over it again. The degreaser leaves kind of like a cloudy finish in here, so I'm going over it again just to clean microfiber. And I did put I just have some Chemical Guys nonsense in here, and it seems to be working pretty well. It's just like I just did one spray on the cloth just to give it a little bit of lubrication, to try and pick up some of that cloudiness that is left behind from the degreaser. So we're almost to application. I'm going to be doing a little voiceover in this section of the video just to kind of help you guys apply this to your own vehicle. So after I got the floor all clean and I was happy that it wasn't leaving any cloudiness behind, you could kind of tell just by running your fingers over it that it was nice and clean. I decided to start in the middle of the floor, and I did this kind of because I wanted to work my way out, similar to if you're vinyl wrapping or doing window tint or anything like that. And you can see that I decided to work on the passenger side tunnel and start working from that middle down. Um, you can see that there's also some studs and pegs sticking up from my floor, and so you can see that I'm cutting out with an X-Acto knife. And how I knew where to do that is I just kind of push down on the material with the backing on it, and that leaves a nice mark for me to kind of know generally where I need to cut that out. And so I went about doing it that way, and I really liked doing it that way because it was pretty much accurate. I didn't have to measure anything, I didn't have to mark anything. I pretty much always landed right where I wanted it to, and it was super easy to do. So you can see I'm flattening this stuff out, and right here there was some seam sealer left over. I think assembly line must have got lazy and just wiped it on there. So I used a razor blade to cut that off. And there was a little bit in the back here too. So moving on, these parts are the hardest because they're like 5-dimensional, so they got curves in all the different directions, and some of this didn't turn out perfectly because it has so many curves in it. If I wanted to use like 12 different pieces and cut it all up, it would probably turn out really good, but it's sound deadener, not sound 100% proofer. So really happy with the way it turned out. And this stuff is pretty easy to apply, but it is physically demanding to push down on it for multiple hours. So it's good to take breaks if you can. So we're about halfway right here. I think this is pretty much where I'm going to call it for today. It looks really good. I am not going to play the perfectionist here where I am making sure everything's overlapped and all that stuff. It's a sound deadener. It is not a sound proofer. I'm just attempting to put a little bit of insulation back in the truck so that it doesn't rattle like crazy. So we're about 12 sheets in. I believe the kit comes with 25, so I may need to order just a little bit more for the back wall here, but I'm not totally sure because I got 3 in the middle and I don't need to use 3 there. So I did want to use just a little bit of it on this roof too. So this is where we're going to leave it for now. I will check back in with you when I'm here next. Alrighty guys, here we are back out in the shop, day 2. Thank you so much for being here still. We're gonna get to work on the Kilmat and finish out this section on the driver's side. I was looking at my material, it looks like I got enough for the floor, and then we're gonna kind of start going on the back here. I did do a test piece yesterday in between, and I'm not sure if I wanna go in between each one of these and then do the face, or if I wanna try and use one piece and go in between. Like I said, it's a sound deadener, not a sound proofer, so I don't think I necessarily need to use one continuous piece and go in between them. I think as long as I do that, that'll kill most of the vibration and the noise. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's a street truck. It's going to be loud. It's not going to be perfect. If I was going for perfect quietness, I would probably do one continuous piece. So we're going to hop right into this. It's enough talking on my end, and throw you up on the GoPro because I got that charged. Check in with you in a little bit. Here you can see I was using the razor knife again to get rid of some of that seam sealer that they left behind. And I decided to try and use whole sheets, so I worked my way in this time. Well, here we are. I just ran out of material. So 25 square feet covers approximately a single cab floor for almost 100% coverage. Now, I didn't get up into here where kind of the insulation on the firewall is, and I did start to get on the back wall just a little bit, about halfway, and that's about all that I could do. Yeah, this is how it looks, so I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. It is a lot of work, and it's kind of weird. It's actually a little bit like physically demanding because you're pushing down on this roller so much, and it requires quite a bit of strength to actually get the stuff like looking smooth like this compared to let's see, one that I didn't do so well, maybe those middle ones, or this one back here where it's kind of still got some dimples and wrinkles in it. So yeah, this looks pretty good though, pretty happy with it, and the Kilmat works pretty good. I was just kind of feeling around to see if I can hear a difference, and I noticed since I put this stuff on the back wall that there is a huge difference. This sounded like super tinny and rattly, and even with these 2 pieces on it, it definitely dampens the vibration a little bit. You can hear it up here, You can hear it coming up into the roof. Now down here, I know that's thicker metal on the floor, but that is solid. It is very, very deadened, that's for sure. Alrighty guys, this is just about where we're gonna call it for the video. So we are 100% done with the Kilmat on the floor. We got a little bit to finish up on the back, but that's not a huge deal. I'm gonna work on throwing the wiring harness in for the seats and the SRS module kind of off camera because it doesn't have much to do with the Kilmat. And the final thing after that is I'm gonna reuse this rubber floor in the truck. I like the rubber floors. I think they're easier to keep clean. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good when they're clean. So I'm gonna have to pressure wash this. It's like 30 degrees in Wisconsin. So I'm gonna have to either wait for a nice day or take it to a car wash. So with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully it inspires you to maybe Kilmat your older vehicle or your project car or truck that you're working on. I really appreciate the recent subscriptions. Thanks for your support on this video. If you want to see more of my turbo GMC project build and it doing some cool stuff, I'm really excited to drive this, and please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So thanks again. Till next time, peace.